All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. This is just attempting to go live again. Like I said, your channels still small. Going live isn't always successful, but we're going live tonight for our pregame show. What's up, Raymond? Appreciate you joining in, my man. That was Nationals run. His heart's in the way. That was Nationals run. Should you stop for your boy, Countless Nation? already again. All right. So if y'all are watching this video, you haven't subscribed yet. I'm at 366. First goal is to get to 500 and 1,000. When I hit 500, I'll be able to start putting back into the channel. When I hit 1,000, I really will. Sound equipment, studio equipment, get this set up legit. Right now I finally got the laptop, but I'll have a call line also. So when I do live shows and we actually have a good crowd here, the call line will be up and running for pregame, postgame, and during the week. That red subscribe button is free. It costs you nothing. It is a free investment. This show will evolve and grow into a show that you look forward to watching, like Law Nation, Mark Holmes, Mike Fisher, and those top dogs. It's going to take time to build up to that stratosphere, but I will get there. Believe me, you. 30 years watching this team since I was 6. I'm 37. Played the game my entire youth. Been a student of the game my entire life. And I will be in Orchard Park Sunday at 4:25 Eastern, 3:25 Central, which is my time, but Eastern over there, to watch us beat down Buffalo. Now, Cowboys Nation travels great because I was waiting to buy my plane ticket until after the Eagles game. If we would have lost, I wouldn't be going. But since we won, the game has big implications. I was going to go. So I looked on Friday. Prices were like $400 round trip from Houston to Buffalo. After the Eagles game that followed on Monday, so to go buy my tickets, and then they were like $1,500 round trip. Whoa! I talked to all the airline people. They were like, it's because of the game. Cowboys Nation travels better than any fan base in the NFL. Hey, somebody just described the YouTube channel. I shared it out to you. Subscribe. Oh, cool, man. If you got me another subscriber, I thank you, Mr. Raymond Solis, my man. You're always, always there whenever I'm doing a live show. Now, this is post-game, pre-game show for Buffalo, and when I'm in Buffalo, I fly out tomorrow. Get there tomorrow night. I should have a few hours in the parking lot, tailgating and whatnot, and I'll broadcast live from there before the actual game starts. And hopefully it'll be like week 1 at the Giants when, we had the game in hand already and Giant fans were leaving early third quarter. We were able to move up to the very front row. I'm talking the front. You couldn't get any further without being on the field on the Cowboy sideline. That was pretty cool. So hopefully something like that happens. Hopefully we get up to a hot start. The Bluebirds come out. We go into halftime with like 24-point lead. They come out early in the second half and, for all intents and purposes, put it away. And then Bills fans start to leave because their team's about to be 7-7 out of playoff picture. And then we will move our ass down to the front section, just like week 1. I was there week 1 when that happened. My best friend and a buddy of his went to the Cowboys-Giants game. They were able to do that. How I wish I would have went to that one. That would have been really cool, raining or not, even though it was a monsoon, to have gotten that close to the Cowboys sideline. We got 5 keys of victory and a couple things to hit on about this show. So we're almost 5 minutes into it. I'll wait another 5 minutes, let a few people jump in. By the 10-minute mark, we should have at least all I need is three, 4 people, and I can do a decent live show. I don't need much to work with. I can make it happen. I just need to let some people know I'm live. So just bear with me for a second. All right. There's a few people. Yeah, Raymond, we do have 4 likes on here already, which is good. Like Mike Fisher says, helps beat the algorithms and lets YouTube know that Cowboy Nation basically gets your video viewed more and pops up on people's feeds more often. But the room is open. Let's see some people jump in. Just stay patient, Raymond. You and I gonna chill right here for a minute. Let's get 1 or 2, 3 more people in here and chop it up. Talk Cowboys before Buffalo. The rematch of Thanksgiving of 2019, when they ruined my Thanksgiving that year. It was Josh Allen's second year. You know, when the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving, they match the Cowboys up with the team they believe is an inferior team. Cowboys are supposed to win on Thanksgiving. And so Josh Allen being in the second year in 2019, they didn't think Buffalo would be that good. But turns out they were, and man, ruined my damn Thanksgiving. 2021, now 2020, the season was lost. Really didn't care. You know, after Derek broke his leg, I knew we were going to get a high draft pick, bounce back tough the next year. 2021 against the Raiders. That one really stung because it went overtime. And on second down, Micah Parsons gets a huge sack to make it like 3rd and 20 in overtime. All we got to do is stop them, get the ball back, get in field goal range, end it. And they just dialed up the play they were doing all game. Throw it deep to Brown. Anthony, get down, Brown. And got the PI. All right, we got 2 people in here. 5 keys to victory. I'm gonna just start the show. People can jump in and out as they please. And what I don't understand is why somebody will jump in 5 seconds and then jump right back out. Like if you don't jump in, sit for a minute, just a minute, 60 seconds. Hear what I gotta say. If you think it's garbage, and move on. But if you start feeling what I'm hearing, what you're hearing, then stay enjoying, chat. You know, let us know your opinion on the matter. You know what I mean? That aggravates me. I'm gonna tell y'all, key number one to victory against these Bills. Since we're playing on the road, the road narrative now, since they move the goalposts all the time. First, it was we couldn't beat a team with a winning record. We beat Seattle, and it was a battle. They were 6-5 going into that game, right? So we beat them. When we beat them, the record goes to 6-6. So therefore, they're not a winning team anymore. So we didn't beat a winning team. So the following week, last Sunday, we put that to rest by beating a winning team with the best record in the NFL. Beat them by 3 scores, 20 points. should have beaten by more. Now the narrative is Cowboys are great at home, not too good on the road. They can't beat a team with a winning record on the road. They can't beat a good team on the road. Well, the Bills are 7-6, so we go to Orchard Park on Sunday and knock off Buffalo. Are they going to say, well, the Bills have been up and down all season. They're 7-7 now, so they're not really a winning team. We'll see if they can play with Miami next week at Miami because they're above 500. The goalposts will move. We're rooting for two teams this week 15. Us and Seattle. We handle our business on Sunday. My flight back on Monday leaves Buffalo at 5:30. I have a layover in Orlando at 9:30, and I get back home at 11:30 in Houston. I want to watch the Seahawks-Eagle game, so I'm going to try to get my ass home earlier than that and leave before 5:30. There's got to be something I can do, but I will be at Orchard Park broadcasting live from there. But key number one, and this is real talk, contain Josh Allen in the pocket. We cannot have him gash us with big runs, especially on third down. He's been using his legs a lot lately. As you saw against Kansas City, he carried like 4 guys into the end zone. If Jalen Hurts didn't have a bum knee, he'd be running like that, like he was last season. They had design runs for him last week, quarterback draws. But, Jalen Hurts really can't scramble like he did last season. Last season, he was averaging 11 carries a game. Josh Allen right now is running the ball a lot. He has 35 total touchdowns. Dak Prescott has the most passing touchdowns as a quarterback. Josh Allen has the most touchdowns overall because he's run the ball into the end zone a lot as well as pass the ball. We got to contain Josh Allen, keep him in the pocket. Keep him in the pocket. Do not let him break containment. Especially if we get him on a 3rd and 15 or even a 3rd and 10. We cannot let Josh Allen extend drives with his legs. That will kill any defense. And I know Dan Quinn has got to be, putting that in his game plan. Have somebody spy him. Which, my guess, our quarterback spy is the hitman. Number 6, Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson can spy Josh Allen on 2nd and 3rd and long. I think that'd be all right because we play a lot of cover 1 and it works. Only time it didn't really work was against Seattle. Like I said, the game at Arizona, we were coming in with our heads hanging. Trayvon Diggs, our brother, losing him for the season. And we were coming in with Tyron Smith out, Tyler Biadasz out, Zach Martin out. And did Terrence Steele play that game too? I don't think Terrence Steele played. But I know Tyler Smith did play, but that was his first game of the season. He missed the first 2 games. So that was his first game of the season. First time ever playing left guard in a regular season football game. Our O-line was in shambles. Although we got to the red zone 4 times in the second half. We should have beat down Arizona, but it was one of those days everything went wrong. At San Fran, our defense was on the field like 45 minutes, so they just got gassed. So, of course, an offense with that kind of explosiveness is going to put a 42 on you like that. And then at Philly, we allowed 28. 14 in the first half and then 14 in the third quarter. After that, nothing. We allowed 14 yards the rest of the game. Our road wins are at the Giants 40-0, at the Chargers 2017. Before the Chargers got blown out, they were neck and neck with the Raiders until they just quit. Chargers have six losses this season by 3 points or less. So the Chargers have been in most of the games we've been in. Our game that they played against us is one of those 6, 20-17. That was our second road win. Our third road win was at the lowly Carolina Panthers. But the third road loss at Philly, we outplayed Philly by 124 yards. Really should have won the game. And since then, we were rolling before that. And since then, we've been rolling. That game at San Francisco was the best thing that could have happened to us. It was like we got baptized by San Fran and dunked us in the water as conservative and bad play calling, bad offensive scheme as it was. And when we came out of the water, we were pure snow, a different team. And even though we lost at Philly, it didn't bring us down because we knew that we were getting better every week. And every week we've gotten better since that Niner game, even though we lost week 9 at Philly. People don't realize that. Now the Arizona loss could come back and bite us in the ass. Although if we take care of business and the Eagles keep leaking oil, then possibly not. I'll settle for the 2 seed. 1 seed is what everybody wants. 1 seed would be great for us, but the 2 seed, at least wild card weekend, and you win that one, and then divisional round, you're at home also. You only have one road game in between you and the Super Bowl. So we're 3-3 on the road. We're not that bad on the road. That's just a made-up narrative by the media. That game at Philly, we should have won. Should be 4-2, but we're 3-3. It is what it is. Undefeated at home. We are 7-0 at home. So, key to victory number 1: contain Josh Allen in the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. Key number 2: our offensive line. Keep doing what they're doing. Win at the point of attack. Pass block well. Run block well. When our starting 5 finally played their first game together, which I think was week 5, if I'm not mistaken, when we finally had Tyler Smith, Tyler Beat, Martin, Terrence Steele all play together. That was going to be our starting 5 week 1 last season. So it took us a whole year and some games to finally have that starting 5 on the field. They weren't that good because it takes time for a starting 5 to gel. And in 9 weeks, they have gelled very well. They have gotten a lot better in every phase of offensive line play. Last week, they were pushing that defensive line of the Eagles backwards. Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter, Simon Brandon Graham. At the point of attack, we were pushing them backwards. Shoot, what was our run stats on that game? We ran the ball for 138 on Philly, which is not bad considering that defensive front that they have. And before the Kansas City game, Philly was allowing 36 rush yards a game. We had Tony Pollard 16 for 59, 3.7, and Dowdle 12 for 46, 3.8. Turbin, 22-yard end around, and then Dak 3 for 11. Dak had a long scramble, but he got called back by a penalty. But even though it's not a high YPC, sticking with the run, that's with the running backs is 28 carries combined. And early in the game, those runs were 2-3-yard runs. Later in the game, those runs started turning 7, 8, 9-yard runs, 10-yard runs. That's why you stick with a run unless you're just way behind. And the Eagles, they are just regressing. And we talk about Philly a lot because they are very relevant. They are super relevant. Everything they do, as long as we handle business, does affect us. I'm just going back to the last game they played against Washington. They allowed 59 rush yards. And then when we went to their house, they only allowed 73 rushing yards. The game before the Commanders against Miami, they allowed 45 rushing yards. So that defensive front was not allowing nobody to run the ball on them. Then when they played Kansas City after the bye week, something changed. KC ran for $168, right? Then the Bills come into the building, who were about to play. The Bills run for 173. 173. Now, the scary thing about that is Josh Allen was the leading rusher at Philly when they ran for 173. Josh Allen had 9 carries, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. That's why the number one key to our victory is contain his ass in the pocket. But 173. And then when San Fran came to their house, San Fran ran for 146. And then we come, we play them at our house and we run 438. A team that doesn't have a strong run game, but a run game is getting better. So for our offensive line can dominate, which I think they can. I mean, they got Ed Oliver in the middle. Other than that, they really don't have anybody. Von Miller still coming off that tear. He is a shell of himself. He's an older player coming off a tear. They're going to put him on the edge against Terrence Steele, of course, not against Tyron, against Terrence Steele. I think Terrence Steele can hold his own against Vaughn. I mean, they're both coming off big injuries. So, actually, Terrence Steele might get a little bit of help, might get, some tight end chip help, But I don't think he's going to be a turnstile against Vaughn at all. Offensive line handles business. We're good. Trayvon Diggs is the heart and soul of that offense. Josh Allen and Diggs. Gilmore against the Seahawks when DeRon Bland was getting cooked for the first time all year. He was getting cooked by DK Metcalf the majority of the time. Then in the second half, Al Harris said, "Hey, Gilly, go cover number 14, DK." He said, "Yes, sir." DK Metcalf didn't have another catch the rest of the game. Then last week against Philly, for the majority of the game, Gilmore shadowed A.J. Brown. He followed A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown did finish with some stats, but they were pretty much garbage stats. 9 catches, 94 yards. Now, I like how Richard Sherman broke that down by saying that whenever you're up by 3 scores and the defensive coordinator has you lining up 8-9 yards off the man, he's going to be running these quick slants, quick outs, getting the catches, and then, getting 7-8 yards. And then, Gilmore didn't miss a tackle. He had 9 tackles, didn't miss a tackle. And on one of the, quick slants that A.J. Brown caught, Gilmore was right behind him for the punch out, turnover. Gilmore took A.J. Brown out of that game. He neutralized him. He wasn't a big play threat. No big balls down the field. He had 1 catch for like 20 yards or something like that. Other than that, he took him out. Now, with Stephon Diggs, I believe Gilmore, who at 33 years old, not all cornerbacks are built equally. At 33 years old, Stephon Gilmore can still be a mirror, and Gilmore will follow Stephon Diggs the majority of the game. Now, DK and A.J. Brown are different receivers. DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown are like Des Bryant. They weren't great route runners. They were just big, strong, and fast. Beat you with their athleticism, basically. Stephon Diggs is a route runner, like an Amari Cooper type receiver. It's 2023, right? So 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019. 4 seasons ago, when we went to New England, the year Gilmore won Defensive Player of the Year, he was traveling with Amari Cooper. And Amari Cooper, who is a top 5 route runner in the NFL, could not get open, not an inch. And it was a 13-9 ball game, 4-point ball game. And in the fourth quarter, Gilmore made Amari Cooper quit. I remember that Cooper just standing on the sideline with a black slicker on. Just gave up. I lost all respect for that man after that. I mean, as talented as he was, it didn't bother me when we let him go after that season. 2 years later, because he played for us 2020, 2021. But to see a receiver give up like that, Gilmore can do that to somebody. Keyshawn Johnson seems to think that with Gilmore's age at 33, that Stephon Diggs is going to give him problems. But Richard Sherman, who was a shutdown corner, knows how good Gilmore is and says if that is their plan, that Buffalo is for sure going to lose. Gilmore is going to blanket Stephon Diggs. He's going to minimize his game, his impact. He might get 5 catches, 60 yards, something like that, but he's not going to go off. Gilmore will take on Bland. Gilmore will take on Diggs. So, Deron Bland is going to be on Gabe Davis. Now, against Philly, I don't know if Deron Bland had help, because we didn't hear his name called all game, which is a good thing. But after that Seattle game, I seriously doubt he was covering receivers one-on-one without much, without being targeted and without, just dominating like that. So they'll probably give him a little bit of help, but he'll be one-on-one with Gabe Davis quite a bit. And if Deron Bland can do what he does, forget about the Seattle game, play ball, then, our corners can cover the receivers. Dalton Kincaid, their rookie tight end, Dawson Knox out for the season. Jaron Kearse, supposed to be the tight end eraser. Kincaid's a rookie. Kearse, the veteran, should be able to neutralize him. Number 4 is put pressure on Josh Allen. He leads the league in giveaways. You pressure the man, he's going to make mistakes, especially if the ball is wet. Now, you should play. He plays in bad conditions a lot. But we have the best pressure rate and best pass block win rate in the NFL by far. So if we keep him on his heels and have him seeing ghosts, force him into mistakes, and get a few turnover or 2 or 3, that'll make all the difference in the world right there. And last but not least, number 5. The 2 players that could kill us or make us. The 2 players that could kill us or do the job and not kill us. Deron Bland and Terrence Steele. Just play good. Deron Bland, cover Gabe Davis. Don't be too greedy. They're going to double move you quite a bit. Be aware of that. But if you see that out route happening and you know 100% that it's your ball, then go get number 6. Other than that, just play smart football and cover Gabriel Davis. And Terrence Steele, don't let Von Miller get the best of you. Protect Dak when he's in the pocket. If our offensive line gives Dak time in the pocket, raining or not, he will dissect that secondary. The Bills' top defensive players, Matt Milano, out for the season. Von Miller, old, coming off that tear, showing himself right now. Tre'Davious White, gone for the year, and Micah Hyde has not practiced all week with another neck stinger. If Micah Hyde doesn't play, that is a huge loss in the Buffalo secondary. 1 second. You got to take the lasagna out. 1 second.
I got it.
Okay, I'm out. All right, guys, I've got to end this pregame show. Spend some time with the family before I head out to Buffalo tomorrow. That's the 5 keys of victory. The 5 keys to victory. Write that down, put it on your wall. I guarantee you it's going to come down to that. Contain Josh Allen in the pocket. Contain Josh Allen in the pocket. Don't let him run crazy. Don't let him run for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. offensive line win in the trenches, push that defensive line back, push that Oliver back, and whoever else they got playing on the defensive line, win the battle, keep Dak in a clean pocket. That's why Dak's not on the keys to victory. Because if Dak, just has the time that he needs, he will do what he's supposed to do. He is so locked in. I've never seen him as focused as he is now. I became his biggest critic in 2019. 2016 through 18, I loved him. 2018, we were 3-5. We traded for Cooper, and then we finished it the year 7-1. We were 3-4 actually when we traded for Cooper, and then lost the first game with Cooper against Tennessee, 3-5. And after that, we go 7-1 to finish the season. Dak plays lights out. We beat Philly at home to complete the sweep and win the division. Basically, I was at that game. Cooper had that, the triple crown, had like 11 catches, 100. Yeah, 10 catches, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's the towel from the stadium that day. Great performance by both Dak and Amari. Dak was just killing it at the end of the 2018 season. And then plays against Russell Wilson in the playoffs, beats Russell Wilson 24-22 on that, 3rd and 12, has that great draw play. There's a Superman flip to the 1-yard line, and Zeke punches it in. In 2019, we have a contract written up, ready for him, and he plays the Giants, Washington, and Miami, and beats them. The first two pretty good. Miami kind of struggled, but won by 3 scores. And because he beat 3 bad teams, all of a sudden he wanted a bigger contract. That's when I started becoming a big critic of his, because I was like, man, dude, you're not a prolific passer. You beat up on 3 bad teams, and now you won't sign the contract that we've agreed to already, and you want more money. And then the next week, we go to New Orleans. Drew Brees is hurt. They got Teddy Bridgewater. That Saints offense only scores 12 points. Dak can't break 10. We finished 8-8 that season. And I was like, shit, man, Dak, you tripping, man. You tripping. You should take that deal for $28, $30 million a year, whatever. In 2020, he wants to bet on himself, putting up all these crazy stats because they're all in garbage time, except for that Falcon game that they won. But other than that, against Seattle, against the Browns, all those yards, garbage time yards in the fourth quarter when you're down by 4 scores, all that crap was. But then in 2021, it's like he came back and was more focused. Week 1, 2021, coming off the broken leg, we lose 31-29 against the Super Bowl champion Bucks. He looked great in that game, throwing the football. Looked great up until the Patriot game when he, threw the game-winning pass to Lamb, got the calf strain. After that, he was different. And then last season, week 1, he breaks his thumb. I believe he rushed back because he was not the same. And when he threw the football, he would half of those interceptions were on him, half on the receivers. But the ones that were on him, the balls were really, really, really bad. And he should have had more than 15 picks, honestly, last season. But I believe he came back. His thumb was not ready. His thumb was put back together with, plates and screws. But he saw Cooper Rush out there doing his thing. And, people were rush hour and, he didn't want a quarterback controversy. So I believe Dak rushed back when he could have sat during the Lions game and the Bears game for 2 more weeks and let that thumb heal. Cooper Rush would have beaten Chicago and Detroit, and we would have been 7-6-2 at that point. And then he could have came back against Green Bay, But this season, with this new system, I was trying to explain to people, week 1, offense didn't do much. Special teams, defense scored most of the points. Week 2, we had opening drive touchdown on offense against that Jets defense. Other than that, defense, 8 plays, held them to 10 points. Week 3, we only scored 16. in the red zone 4 times. We only get 6 points out of that. And then week 4, defense again, basically offense didn't do a whole lot. Week 5, our offense just gets blitzed. And I knew it would take some time for Dak Prescott and the offense to get accustomed to the new West Coast offense in regular season games. But the way that Mike McCarthy was calling it the first 5 weeks was way too conservative. Running the ball, run, pass. It's like he didn't trust Dak yet to start slinging it. And after the Niners game, it was like, man, you're 3-2 now. You gotta unleash. We got Brandon Cooks for a damn reason. Michael Gallup, receiver 3, still trying to get over the middle block with his knee, but he can still play. Jake Ferguson is a star in the making. Turpin is playing better receiver. And then he let Dak loose a little bit more against the Chargers. And then after the bye week against the Rams, he took the handcuffs off Prescott. And since then, Dak has not looked back. And he has played the best ball I've seen him play in his entire career. Better than his rookie season, because the rookie season he was game manager. Zeke ran that offense. 2018, he was playing great, but he also had Elliott as, the number 1, basically, which opened up the pass game. 2021, we had the number 1 offense, but Dak just didn't have that X factor to him. Last season, same type deal. This year, it's like Dak has that X factor to him. It's like he's made that next step from, being good to being great. It took Peyton Manning to his 9th season to reach a Super Bowl. In his first 8 seasons, he only went to 1 championship game. He had 3 playoff wins in his first 8 seasons. Peyton Manning. Now, I'm not comparing the two at all. Dak doesn't hold a candle to Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning is Dak Prescott's favorite quarterback also. As mine, my favorite quarterback of all time is the Sheriff, Peyton Manning. I believe he's better than Tom Brady. 7 rings or 2 rings, whatever. But even though it's his 8th season, he can still grow, and I think he's doing that. Every week since that Niners loss, we've gotten better and better. Even in the Philly loss, we got better during that loss. And tomorrow, Sunday when we go to Orchard Park against the Bills, when everybody thinks that Josh Allen's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, everybody thinks that Josh Allen is that upper tier with Joe Burrow in them. Josh Allen is too erratic to be considered better than Dak Prescott. That is just stupid. Dak had 1 season of leading the league in turnovers. He's not a turnover guy. That's not in his DNA. Josh Allen does it year in and year out. He is known for turning the ball over. And this season, of course, he leads the league in interceptions, 14. I won't be surprised if we get 2 more off him tomorrow. And I would love to see Bland take number 6 to the house. And I'm going to be there, and I'm going to get loud. And being that all the plane tickets to Buffalo, tripled in price and sold out pretty damn quick, pretty sure there's going to be a lot of stars and jerseys in that stadium. It might be a 50-50 split. I think so, because when I was getting my plane tickets, I called American Airlines, Southwest, Delta, all of them, asking why the price from Friday to Monday tripled, and all because of the game, because everybody's going to Buffalo. And it's not Bill fans. I can tell you that. It's Cowboy Nation, because we travel better than any team, any fan base in the league. So my score prediction for this game, Cowboys win the ball game 34-17 in dominant fashion. 34-17, we go to 11-3. Last season, we were 10-3 at this spot. Went to Jacksonville, blew a 3-score lead, and dropped to 10-4. Number 1, the NFC East basically gone after that. Not this time around. This time around, we're going to handle our business, and we're going to go to 11-3, which we have not been under Mike McCarthy yet. We have not been 11-3 after 14 games. 2021, 2022. This year, 11-3. I believe we're going to win out, but it starts with tomorrow. Sunday. All right, guys. Whoever tuned in and watched, thank you for it. Please subscribe, like, and share, guys. Share this content. Please hit that red subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. test me, okay? Hit that subscribe button so therefore whenever I put out a video, it lets you know. And then if you don't like the content, unsubscribe. But I guarantee you will, man. First class content all day, every day. Keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek him in his righteousness, and everything else in your life will be put into place, basically. All these things will be added unto you. I am a living testimony of that. And shout out to you, Matt Batten. I know you've going through some things right now, some, legal troubles. I just got over legal troubles. I know how that's like. You just put your trust in the Lord, let him fight your battles for you, and all will be well, Mr. Batten. Hope you're watching this or see it after it uploads. TC for life. I'll shoot a video in the airport tomorrow night or whatnot. And then Sunday, outside the stadium, I will be live, guys. Y'all have a good night, a good weekend. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Help the cause, guys. Help me get to 500. I'm not far. And this show, I'm telling you, will become a freaking gem. I can't do it without my brothers and sisters that bleed blue and silver. But all right, guys, that's it for this episode. Charles in Charge is out. How about them Cowboys in advance? I got to go. Deuce.